Good morning.
Morning.
Hope you're all having a beautiful morning. It's much grayer up here in the north of the UK, the north of England this morning. I don't know what it's like with you.
It's a bit wet, but it's not raining, and the sun is semi-out.
Oh.
Yes, I have sun.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, we're a little bit grey, overcast, cool, which suits me fine because I'm no longer in a sauna because my parents like the heating on 24 hours a day. It doesn't even go off on a night time. The radiator in my bedroom broke about 4 years ago, and I won't have it repaired because
Fair enough.
This is my cool room, shall we say. So, but hopefully it's lovely where you are, and whatever, do you know what? All you need is a lovely little piece of wool over your knee, and it makes you lovely and warm, doesn't it? So that's lovely. So I am upstairs. I was saying to Robert a minute ago that there's 3 flights of stairs in this house. So I normally go down 2 flights of stairs, set up in the front room, and then I have to bring everything back upstairs when I want to start working. But what happens, I get comfortable. So I don't necessarily come back upstairs and start working. So today I thought, no, that's it. You're not moving from here. So I'm going to get some work done today. Oh, dear. So how are you both today?
Not too bad. Better than yesterday. Yesterday I was a bit tired and headachy. So, but I've had a better night's sleep. So I'm probably a little less grumpy today.
Oh, you never appear grumpy anyway. You always sound...
Oh, bless you. I'm doing the best.
Very positive. Fun to knowledge.
I've also finished dealing with the grades from some of my students. So now that's all done. That's all put to bed. That's probably why I'm sleeping better now, because it's quite a worrying thing. So,
well done.
I can now get back onto...
You are?
Sorry?
No.
I can now get back onto the more mundane work of being a teacher.
Oh, that's so stressful, isn't it? When you think, how are people going to react? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? But I'm glad that's over, so you can go back to normal. Oh, and thank you for everything that you do as a teacher, because without you, they wouldn't get an education, would they? None of us would have an education without teachers. So thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. It's a job that suits me, so.
Absolutely. And I'm sure at some point you'll probably do something like get another degree or do more training or something.
One day. Yeah, that's sort of the plan.
Oh, and how are you today, Robert?
I'm good, thank you. So,
you a bit tired?
No, I'm all right. Honestly, I'm fine. I really am fine. I've just had a bit of a frantic morning. So, and unusually the alarm had to wake me up this morning instead of Kat's or Gary. And then went downstairs to discover that the fridge was almost bare and thought, ugh. So thought, I'll just fly up to Sainsbury's and grab a couple of bits. Which involved lots of alcohol, strangely.
Never mind.
I found something that I've been wanting to try for a while, and Copperberg now do a cherry cider, so that's my treat for either tonight or tomorrow. So, right, I'm going to get on with today's musical interlude, if that's okay. And last night we had our Knit and Natter, and at the very end of it, there were 4 of us left, and we ended up talking about this. So that was the edited, unrude version. Real thing is longer and a lot more rude.
Oh, yeah, and last night we were talking about this, weren't we? And it was actually Brigitte who mentioned that word, which I'd never heard of before. I realised that I did go and watch Avenue Q at some point years and years ago. I thought it was Sesame Street. I just didn't get it. So something I need though is translation. I can't pick up all of the words that they're saying, and I think a lot of people who go to musicals learn the tunes first and then go there. So I sit there a little bit baffled, but I am so pleased to have had the explanation behind that, because I think it is very me. I laugh at myself if I fall, and I laugh at others if they fall as well. So Schadenfreude. Thank you very much for that enlightenment and opening interlude.
You're welcome.
Well, as long as when you fall down, right, if people are watching, you stand up and have the big finish and you go, ta-da! That's what you should do.
Makes it look intentional.
And then run away and cry. But
then the pain hits, doesn't it? Slightly after the pain hits.
So yes, you've got to have the big finish if other people are watching.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, can I just ask, have you heard the bonus track for that soundtrack?
No.
It's called Time.
All right.
I will find a YouTube link and send it to you. It's very funny.
Good.
Very, very funny. Oh dear.
Wow. So I'm getting this out today because, for anyone who doesn't know, I have finished my I-cord bind off on my cardigan.
Hey.
So here is sheer cardigan. It needs arms or sleeves, or arms or sleeves. If you're from up north, you call them arms, the arm in your coat rather than sleeves. And if you're from down south, you call it sleeves. So here it is. You can see there's bubbles on the front as well. I just need to I changed the pattern slightly, so I'm going to be putting some little leaves in there as well. I'll sort those out. But the I-cord bind, if you're not aware, this is a two-stitch I-cord bind, and it gives you this lovely little finish. Probably can't see it that well on here.
All right.
But it just gives you that lovely little...
Oh, yeah.
It's like a rope.
Oh, that's pretty.
A rope edge. And I am absolutely hooked now. I really like.
I'm going to have to look it up.
But it does take a long time. Can I just say, you need a few days. But that's all done now. So we have to do the arms, and then it will be ready to wear.
Lovely.
Yeah. So we'll get back to this. Yeah.
Shall we say some good mornings?
You are.
Yes.
So, top down or bottom up?
Top down today.
Top down. So, hello to Brigitte.
Morning.
To Jackie.
Morning, Jackie.
Good morning. Good morning, Janet.
Morning, Janet.
Good morning, Linda. That's Linda.
Ellis.
No, Linda Wood.
Linda Ellis.
Hello.
Morning, Linda.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Marion. Hello.
Morning, Marion.
And Marion. That's two
Hello,
Marion.
Marion.
Good morning, Pat. Lovely to see you.
Morning, Pat.
Good morning, Safia. Safi.
Safia.
Morning.
Good morning, Tracy. Welcome to all of you. And a huge welcome to everybody on the replay. I know a lot of people are working or at total different ends of the, time zone. So, so hello to you too.
And just to let you know, people watching on the replay, or even people that have already been on this morning, if you want to, if on the replay the musical interlude doesn't appear, we are now putting the YouTube link in as well. Just so that you can go and watch it of your own accord and see what it is that we are dancing to, singing to, looking like complete idiots to.
Schadenfreude.
Jolly good. Shall we have some comments before the conversation moves on?
Fabulous. Yes. Thank you, Claire.
Brilliant. Big Eater says, morning peeps. I'm upstairs doing the laundry this morning as Rod is not sewing today. Super. Yes, we have to shop around in our house depending on what jobs people are doing as well. So Linda says morning. Georgie says morning. Marion, about my comment about teaching this morning. No teacher's work is mundane. Well, marking is, sorry. It's horrible. I hate it. Absolutely, you are fantastic, Claire. Thank you very much. I do my best.
Isn't it like time to move to an automated marking system?
Well, yes and no, but the problem is there if you are doing multiple choice, you can automated mark.
Yeah.
But how can you automated mark somebody's essay? Really?
Okay. All right. I'll let you off.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Thanks, sir. Right. No, so sometimes you do need to make more detailed comments about what they've said, how they've said it, why they've said it, whether they've actually understood what they're saying or not, and things like that. So, yeah, I'd be delighted if somebody else would do it for me, but there we go. Right then, Pat says, hi, Jackie, morning. Tracy, how's the head, Robert?
Fine, thank you.
Safi says, morning, Jackie. I have seen Avenue Q ages ago. Very rude, but brilliant. Yes, it is very rude, but brilliant. It is actually because it is a bit rude and it says sometimes what you're thinking, but don't want to say it out loud. It's a bit of a release, really. So, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Tracy, you have to watch with an open mind and not take offence. Totally. If you are the kind of person that's going to take offence, you probably wouldn't be there anyway. Janet, we were talking about falling over, says, fall like a cat. I wanted to do that. Yeah, totally. But I have all the grace of a low-flying brick, unfortunately. So, Linda, is it me or does anybody else want to wave hello and goodbye? Believe it or not, when I am not on the screen, I wave hello and say hello to people when we go hello. So, yeah, quite a few of us actually do it.
We're providing you with your daily exercise.
Yes, marking is also teaching without the audience you have in the classroom. Totally, I completely agree. Yes, it is part of my job. It's just not my favourite part, but we all have favourite and not favourite parts of your job. Brigitte says, I didn't like the prescribed comments for marking. Yeah, it depends on the work. It depends how you do it. There are prescribed comments. But they don't always hit the spot. So anyway, Georgie says, me too. I wave and say hello. Well, it's rude not to, really, isn't it? Super. Yes, no, I do it too. If I'm not here, I do it.
Just because we can't see you doesn't mean you shouldn't be social back.
No, absolutely. Particularly when it's somebody we know.
And I think it's just about getting involved, isn't it? So this is what we do. You know, sometimes there's 20 of you all sitting around in a crafting group and 2 people are chatting, but other people are listening and you're sat there nodding as well as you're overhearing the conversation flow. And so that's what we do naturally face to face. So, yeah, I'm glad that people are still being absolutely part of this.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
Claire, how's the patchwork going?
Fine. Well, that's still upstairs. That's an upstairs job, really. So I'm casting it around the house. Down here, I'm back on the corner to corner today. Lovely. So I will take photos and show you a bit of the patchwork at some other point, and maybe bring one down so that I can actually try and work out how to show you how I do it while I'm here on a screen, so I could demonstrate. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll have a go.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's okay. For those that don't know, I'm part of a swap group on Facebook, and it's part of the UK Quilters UK. Can't remember what the initials stand for, but it's UK Quilters United. which is a big organisation. It's sort of like a club for quilters, really. And it means that when we go to events, quilting events, we have our badge and we can say hello to each other. So, but there are assorted groups on Facebook that do assorted swaps, either miniature quilts or bits of patchwork or whatever. And it's just something nice to take part in. We're not actually posting off our swaps at the moment for obvious reasons, but we're making them, sticking them in a pile, and then we'll post them to the recipients when, you know, things are a little less strange.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
yeah, but it's something we used to make a handful every month, swap them with other people who've made a handful every month, so that by the end of the month we have about 5 or 10 different patchworks in similar or on a similar theme. So, but yes, I will. I will do a demonstration at some point. That'll be nice.
Brilliant.
That'll be good. And just as a reminder for everybody, tomorrow's Gogglefrogs. We'll start at 10, and then at 10:30, the lovely Trisha is going to come on, and we're going to go through steeking, and then we'll go back to Gogglefrogs afterwards. So tomorrow's is a slightly longer edition. Claire, you're more than welcome to join us for the introductions, but then Trisha will have to jump on. So we can only have 3 of us. And then you can come back at the end. That's fine. And then just a reminder, next Monday we have the lovely Janet who's going to come on and talk about Shetland Wool Week. And then we kind of want to open it up to you guys. So if there's anything that you've spoken about before that you'd like to come on and reshare, or if there's something you've been thinking, oh, I think I can talk about that, or there's ideas that you would like to see in future blogs, then please do let us know. I think it'd be quite nice to try and have one event a week where we kind of have a guest of some kind come on. So please feel free to join in.
Super.
And everybody is very talented. It may be one thing that you can do that will absolutely transform somebody else's way of working. And I personally, every time I get a pattern, because of my shape, I have to make it larger around the bust area. So I always do short row shaping. And last time I did that, I actually did 2 rows of short row shaping, which worked perfectly. And I've never done that again, but it was just my brain thinking, well, couldn't I do that? So, and you will all have little tips that you can give to people. So just have a think about them. Oh, I tell you what, this is not my idea. This is a lady called Shandy Expression Fibre Arts. I was watching her. She does lots of Facebook Lives. And what she said was when she first started knitting, a lot of the garments didn't really fit her that well. So what she does is she takes the exact dimensions, if there's a schematic on the design, and she makes it up in fabric, like a little cardigan out of a loose fitting fabric, and then she can put that on and think, you know what, that style really doesn't suit my shape. So she said rather than spending months on knitting an item, she can then say no, that won't work. So sometimes we need very straight, or sometimes people need very curved designs. So I thought that was quite good, because if you are a sewer, or even if you're not great at sewing, you could sort of cut it out and then just tack it up and put it on, think, does this shape look as if it's going to work okay for me? So just a little tip for you there, which I thought was quite interesting.
Totally. Trisha says, morning all, we'll need to set the alarm for tomorrow morning, Trisha. And the fabric version, a fabric mock-up, it's called a toile, and it's used extensively when designing. So yeah, that is something they do in dressmaking.
Yeah.
And I've never heard it used for people who knit. So that was interesting.
Yeah, neither had I until she said, and she does do a lot of sewing. She does amazing crochet. She does amazing knitting. If you're not following her on Facebook, please do. It's Shandy, Chandi, Expression Fibre Arts, because she always has a pattern, at least a free pattern, at least every 2 weeks. One knit, one crochet. and they're free for 7 days, and then they go up to between $5 and $7. So yeah, and I thought it was a really good tip of hers.
I've just started on hers.
Hey, very
started. I'm like 3 rows in,
and
too early to tell.
Okay.
Right.
I think I need to do a couple more rows before I decide I like it or not, because I've adapted it. And it's funny, I've just written down Linda's suggestion for we asked yesterday for themes for each day, and Linda's was Mash Up Monday, which is a pattern change with different wool or alteration. And I'm doing that pattern, but I'm using a lace weight instead of the double knit, just to see what it comes out like. So that'll be interesting.
Super.
I'm sure it'll work. So yeah, that's a little tip, but I'm sure there are people just about finishing. So something that I know Brigitte showed me, and I don't know what sort of cast on it is. I call it Brigitte's cast on. And it's one that's really, really springy, but holds the bottom of a garment perfectly. So there's no tight cast on. Which one is it?
2 needle cast on.
Yeah, it's 2 needle cast on, and I just use it for everything now, no matter what it says. And I'm sure there's different ways to cast off as well, but I always use the traditional cast off. We saw the cast off with no yarn left. So again, you may have discovered something that works perfectly and gives real spring and bounce, but keeps the shape. So just share it.
Fair enough. Helen says, can you say the name of the lady on Facebook that does the fabric versions? That was Shandy.
Yeah. I'll put it in the
Put the link up.
Yeah. Well, I've just put the name in. So
right. Yeah.
CHANDI for Shandy, and the business is Expression Fiber Arts. So yeah, they're really, really nice. But she's on Facebook. She's on Instagram as well. But follow her on Facebook, and she does Facebook Lives where she just knits as well, and she does the most beautiful looking yarns. I haven't imported any yet.
It's on our that'll be nice list, isn't it, Angela?
It is. If you look at colour, actually, Robert, shall we just show them like what it looks like? Hang on.
2 secs.
That's all right. Only because she doesn't just put up a hank of wool. What she will do is she will find something similar. So if it's brown, she will put something like a steaming cup of coffee with the most beautiful brown colour at the side of it, or a chocolate bar at the side of it. Or if it's something with different tones, there'll be peacock feathers at the side. She's very, very good at displaying colour. So whilst you can't see what it's going to be like, the hue, the whole look of that hank of yarn is around, might be marshmallows. So she's very good with colour, and it's just visionary art, I think. So we'll show you that in a little while.
Just get it now.
I just sit there and look at them thinking, oh, this is beautiful. I just love these colours. But it's not cheap, can I just say? And no, I haven't invested yet, but I will do one day.
I've just pulled up the website and had an offer come up for 15% off.
Oh.
Aha.
So lots of colours, lots of textures. She's great at putting different colours together. But then you realise you're buying like 7 or 9 of these. There is a coffee cup there.
There you go.
So this wall's been designed around the table, I think, and the coffee cup has to be on the table. But what I really like is that you see the swatches as well.
Yes.
Which companies don't show you, do they? They don't show you many finished articles. You just see the hang.
Oh.
This is the Sparkle UK.
I do think Sparkle is going.
Sorry, Angela?
I do think that Sparkle is going.
Oh, really?
He's making Sparkle at some point to make way for more summer things. But I just love the way how she puts a picture there to translate how she created those beautiful shades and put them together.
This is a pre-order for Sparkle.
Yeah. She's I'm sure she said that by the summer she's going to have a lot more linen and cottons. Are they just gorgeous?
Mm. So the one that's on the screen at the moment is Superwash Merino and Nylon blend. Oh, look at that.
Mm.
Very nice. Let's see if I can find the pattern of what I'm trying to make as well. There we go. So that's what I'm currently making.
That's lovely.
Oh, nice. Hello.
And it is a very simple 2-row repeat. And I just love the fact that it's 90 inches long. So you can do almost anything you want with it. And I love this border.
Yeah.
Ways it down.
That's
Hopefully
lovely.
what it will look like. Hopefully, he says. There we go. So
Did you pick those colours?
No, I am doing it in the yarn that I was gifted by Marion Dye.
Oh yeah.
So it will be that, and it's coming over a lot more orange than it actually is. There's more pink in it than orange.
Oh, jolly good.
And that's Katia Jaipur cake. Right.
So sorry for that interlude to everything, Shandy, but certainly somebody to follow. She's got a lot of inspiration, I think, in her website and stuff, and her yarns just look beautiful. However, we are the other side of the pond, and I don't think the pound has got an amazing exchange rate for the dollar at the moment to make it half price.
So in the chat, Helen says, Brigitte, I will have to get you to show me that cast on, please. Brigitte, if you would like to come on to show everybody how to do the 2-needle cast on, that'd be absolutely amazing. If not, let me know and I'll find a YouTube video to play instead to show it.
I'll show it, but it'd be nice if Brigitte could, because she showed me.
Yeah, I know, but I know she doesn't like being on camera, so that's why I'm giving her the option.
Yeah.
Tracy says she thinks it's a cup of tea as it says Earl Grey colour. Trisha says it's such a good idea to show the swatches. Helen says love those yarns. Trisha then says Mothie and Squid do similar for its colourways. Oh, never heard of them.
Who does?
No, I haven't.
Squid.
Squid. There is a link. I'll come back to it in a second. Deborah says good morning. Morning, Deborah. Brigitte says, Helen, you can cast on whichever way you are used to. Just put 2 needles of the same size together and put your stitches on that. You need the 3rd needle if you want to knit the stitches bit by bit off the 2. I tend to pull out the 2nd needle if there aren't that many, but for loads I do about 10 at a time. Deborah says, love Mothie and the Squid. So let's go to Mothie. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Trisha, you're naughty.
Here we go.
There we go.
Ooh, that poinsettia is.
I knew you'd like that.
Oh, and the red sky sparkle.
Yeah.
Red sky.
Oh my God. This is somebody who's doing exactly the same. Oh, this is our side of the pond as well.
Hey.
Oh,
Look at
peacock
that.
sparkle. Oh, calico cat.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, I like that water on a stone.
Mm.
Oh, thank you, Trisha.
oh.
Good
Look
call.
at how you sparkle. Wow.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely loving this. Brigitte is saying, please don't show me that gorgeous yarn. I know, it's.
Too late.
I love that.
Wow.
That is sunset, isn't it? It's a golden sunset.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The blends of the colours are just beautiful. Beautiful.
75% superwash merino with 25% mulberry silk for a luxury drape and sheen. 225 meters per 100 grams. Is that good? 225 meters for 100 grams?
It seems about average for hand dye.
Okay. Ooh. I'm just trying to get up one of the sparkles. You can see how this is what the sparkle looks like. Oh, look at that. It's very subtle, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a nice sparkle.
Oh dear.
Vineyard.
feathers.
Yeah. Oh,
They both look gorgeous, don't they? That vineyard reminds me of your fuchsia that you've got in the Karen, Angela.
yeah. That is back home. I can't start Caron because I do have about, I don't know how many balls of the blinking thing.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, look at that maple moss. Ooh. And that's sock yarn as well, so that would be beautiful knitted.
How have we never ever discovered this site?
No idea.
Where are they based? Have they got about an about us little bit?
Yeah, hang on one sec.
Because I always love knowing where they're based or what their backstory is.
Kirkintilloch,
What?
Scotland.
East Dunbartonshire.
Scotland.
Yeah, it's got a G66 postcode, so I think it is Scotland.
Yes, it's in Scotland.
Definitely Glasgow postcode. Oh, Trish has just said at the yarn shows, her kids dress up as the moth and the squid.
Oh,
I
really?
saw the yarn show. Oh,
Oh,
and
how
then
cute.
Deborah says the girl who runs it is lovely. So creative.
How very clever.
Yeah, and another one that in our own little way, I think it's lovely to just discover these now. So over the next year or two, however long, we can start to think, oh, shall I buy some from that company? So I've had my mind open so much just by doing this Gogglefrogs and by people sharing different yarn companies with us. I think it's fantastic.
They also do Aaron and Chunky as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh. Oh dear, there goes the credit card. Right, sorry, did I say that out loud?
I'm just going to show this last one and then I'm going to stop because we'll get carried away. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
No.
Oh. Wow. Right, stop.
Yeah, we have to stop. That absolutely stunning. Thank you so ever so much. Was it Trisha who mentioned that?
It was. I'm posting the website page into Gogglefrogs right now.
Right now.
Yeah, but even that one bookmarked.
Oh. But even when we talk about like investment pieces, sometimes that's a pair of socks that we buy that investment yarn, and I think just some of those names, some of those colours, just fill you with so much excitement, don't they? They're really special names. So yeah, a little investment piece for the future, I think. Wow.
And it makes you happy just looking at them.
Yeah, and I think that's where we the visuals are so important, because sometimes we look at like the wool, don't we, but how it's presented, and I just think how she's translating the colours is fantastic. All those different moths and butterflies, and wow, love it.
Very creative bit of marketing she's got there. I'm really impressed.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, loving that. Oh, I think this has been really exciting today. Really, really exciting today. So interesting. Brigitta's just said, well, she said, I'm not looking. Then Brigitte went on to say she would not pay over £20 for a pair of socks for Rod, but don't bat an eyelid to buy a skein at that price and knit him a pair. So, yeah, it is. And Sally says, can wool be displayed as artifacts?
Well,
yeah.
I think
why not?
last night was would make a very good exhibition.
We'll have a creative exhibition of artifacts in our homes. That's it.
Yes.
It's called Stash. So yes, I absolutely agree. It can be, Sally. Oh.
Well, if it was in a glass-fronted case in the Saatchi Gallery, people wouldn't think twice as a bit of contemporary art.
Very true. Sorry, I just had to look behind me because I thought, oh dear, have I got unmade bed behind me? But I haven't, it's made.
That's fine, but we can see your knickers on the floor.
Made you look.
Oh dear. Oh, I thought it was just a pair of trousers. Oh dear. You got me there.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh, da, 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 da. I'm going to really tidy this place up in future.
Now you see why I get concerned about the amount of junk behind me, you see. So,
oh, yeah, it's always the same. But hey, this is, we just have to embrace
yes,
working where we live.
Yes. Super.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Right, I've just discovered something about this yarn. Right. First of all, I am that far. You will see now a bit of yarn sticking out where I'm going to have to tie in some ends because this stuff is impossible to frog. Impossible.
Oh.
You try and pull it out and you end up with knots and then you end up having to actually take bits of it apart.
Is that because it's all the tiny fibres and they fuse? Is that because of all the tiny fibres and they fuse?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to partly felt as you do it. But then again, I've never used this before. But no, if I'll just have to try extra hard not to make a mistake, or if I get to a mistake, just fudge it and wing it. Which is what I usually do anyway. So why I actually try to go back and fix it, I don't know. The one occasion I do try and go back to fix it, I end up with bits. Typical.
Oh.
Anyway, right, so this stuff doesn't frog. Now I know, and I'll not try again. So I'm now about as far as I was about half an hour ago.
Oh dear. And that's why it's called Gogglefrogs, people.
Totally. I don't frog very often because I'm usually, that's part of the story of the garment. However, I do so today and I've learnt my lesson. So there you go. Never mind. It's all part of life's rich tapestry. Every day's a school day, etc., etc. So would a darning needle help? Yeah, probably. I've got one. I'll dig one out in a bit. It'll all sort itself out at the end of the day, but it's done now. But it was bits of it were too attached. It wouldn't pull. It wouldn't frog.
Is it wool? Is it mainly wool?
Wool, unicorn. I'm not entirely sure. The ball's over there. Yeah. I don't know. But yes, it's all sort of expensive and exotic things I don't usually use because I'm tight. But there we go. But it'll be right in the end.
It will.
Just a tiny plug for, I did put it in the Gogglefrogs Facebook page yesterday, but just a tiny plug for You Didn't Cut It Tonight, Sewing Bee episode 2. Woo! And we'll discover whether Alex ups his game or whether it's goodbye Alex tonight. But do join me at 10 o'clock where we'll go through everything that we see in the show. And there may be a few surprises along the way as well. And for those of you that joined last week, unfortunately, you do have to rejoin because I set it up as a single session, not a series. I do apologise. And I can't now backwards fix it, but please do join me if you want to at 10 o'clock after you watch the Sewing Bee. And if you can't join me at 10, then sign up anyway for the replay.
I think I've got to watch last week's. I still haven't caught up on last week's Sewing Bee. So I think that's one of the things I might do today, and try and join you this evening. And I can sit and wave at the laptop, and you won't be able to see me.
No.
It'll be fun.
Okay, here's the random fact for you. Claire, the lass who dresses up vintage, on the Sewing Bee, we've been at some of the same events, and we have met. I have a photo of her in the full Edwardian get-up at the Chap Olympiad in London a couple of years ago. So there you go.
Wow. I will.
So I have met one of the lasses in this year's Sewing Bee.
Oh, fabulous.
Does that mean you're rooting for her?
I suppose I am, yes.
Sorry, just remind me who it was.
Claire. She dresses 1940s.
Oh, yes.
Just round parties.
I did think of her when I saw her last week.
Yeah, we have met, and we do go to have been to some of the same events. I know because I've got a photo of her in an outfit she made for that event. So there you go. Now, I may or may not join you. The thing is because of Mort's shifts, our alarm goes off at 6 a.m. So we usually go to bed by 10. So
that's all right, that's fine.
So quite often I'll catch up with Sewing Bee. Yeah, no, it's just in case anybody wonders. So quite often I'll catch up with Sewing Bee the following day anyway. So we'll see. If I've watched it and I'm about, then I will jump it. I will be along. But if not, I shall watch it another time. So there you go.
Oh. Well, I must admit, I do love Sewing Bee. I don't sew. I've sewn things when I was younger in my teens, but not done anything in years. But I just love seeing what they create, and the attention to detail from some people that is just, that's part of their DNA, and it's how they always match up those squares. So I'm sure there'll be some people who come through who are that pedantic about making it look perfect. And I can't remember what the lady's name is, but she's always overly impressed with that, isn't she? She just loves that. So it's really nice.
Well, I mean, for example, we watch Pottery Throwdown. Okay.
Yeah.
Same format, different craft. Now, I am not about to go out and get a potter's wheel and a kiln. Okay.
No.
Not something I want to go out and do. However, I absolutely love watching other people be good at what they do.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't a competition, I would sit and watch it. But they have to have an element of jeopardy in all TV programs nowadays. It's just the format. But no, we love watching Pottery Throwdown. And actually, we know so much more about what goes into making pottery now than we ever did before.
Mm.
So it's
I haven't
all
watched it.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
brilliant.
watch it now.
No,
I'm
I think
gonna take a look.
because the thing is with pottery there is the added jeopardy of does it actually come out of the kiln in one piece.
Yeah.
So they spend hours and hours on this thing, which is beautiful and perfectly crafted, and you don't actually know whether it's going to be explode on firing or not. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's and that just throws in an extra very, very random factor that we don't get with most of anything else. So bless them. No, it is really, really good. Not about to go out and do it, but I love watching other people being good at what they do.
yeah.
So Jackie says I will be watching Stowing Bee. Safi says love pottery throwdown. Yeah, good. Brigitte says I agree with Claire. I don't bake but love the Great British Bake Off. Don't sew but love Sewing Bee. But yeah, I think there should be more of people displaying their craft and what they're good at on telly.
I've not been hooked by Kirsty's crafting show.
Oh, I had a rant about that on Facebook.
Oh, I've not. It's not gripped me, and I think it's because it's only going surface deep on everything. Whereas when you get in something like Sewing Bee or Pottery Showdown, it really shows you the trials and tribulations of people who do that craft. So I think I love being drawn into something and really discovering more. So I think those, and like with Great British Bake Off, there are some people who've never baked until 2 or 3 years ago. It's just not in their heritage, and suddenly they become these master bakers with the most unbelievable flavour combinations. So yeah, I love them programs as well. So I'm going to have a look at the pottery one and Sewing Bee.
Yeah, if pottery's not on at the moment, but they tend to do a series a year, much like all of the other ones. It's the same production company.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on whatever replay iPlayer more for.
I'm sure
whatnot.
It is actually.
So I'll take a peek. Oh, I've just realised it's time.
Just about.
Where did the hour go?
Just very quickly though, Safia says there was a blacksmith show on one of the obscure channels. It was American, so a bit loud for me, but the concept was the same and their work was amazing. I think I caught a glimpse of that flicking through something the other day.
Oh, I might have to take a look at that. Anything to do with horses, I absolutely love. Did we miss any other comments as well? I'm just so sorry.
Don't think we did.
No.
Oh, good.
No, I think we did quite well today, unlike last night where they were just one after the other after the other after the other.
It was mostly me trying to join in the conversation, you see.
Oh.
Last night was good.
Yeah.
Right then, lovely people. So we are at 11 o'clock. So have a lovely day, whatever you're up to. Make sure it's something crafty. Make sure you stay home and stay safe. And we will see you all tomorrow when we will have the lovely Trisha showing her steaking.
Woo!
Have a good day, everybody.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.